you been around? Have you done a share of coming down on different things that people do? Have you been aware you got brothers and sisters who care about what happens to you in a year from now? Well, maybe I'll be there to shake your hand. Maybe I'll be there to share the land that they'll be giving away when we all can live together. I'm talking about together now. Maybe I'll be there to shake your hand. Maybe I'll be there to share the land that they'll be giving away when we all can live together. I'm talking about together now. Have you paid your dues? Did you read the news this morning when the paper landed in your yard? Do you know their names? Can you play their games without losing track and coming up a bit too hard? Well, maybe I'll be there to shake your hand. Maybe I'll be there to share the land that they'll be giving away when we all live together. I'm talking about together now. Maybe I'll be there to shake your hand. Maybe I'll be there to share the land that they'll be giving away when we all can live together. I'm talking about together now. You know I'll be standing by, help you when you worry. No more sadness, no more sorrow, no more bad times. Everybody, here comes sunshine. Everybody's laughing. Walking together by the river. Walking together the road, we're laughing. Everybody's singing together. Everybody's singing and laughing. Good times, good times. Everybody, good times. And you know I'll be standing by, help you when you worry. And we're laughing, we're talking, we're dancing, singing and walking. Everybody happy together, everybody share the land.
Good morning. Good morning, and good morning to everyone online. Welcome to Center for Spiritual Living Toronto, or as the Canadian New Thought Conference, the Centers for Spiritual Living Convention. It was "We Are CSL!" Exclamation mark. Oh, it is great to be back into the warm weather. I was telling people I got off the plane, it was absolutely freezing in California. I'm happy to be home. The cold front that came through, and they couldn't even get the hotel warmed up fast enough. So it's great to be home. I have so much to share, and I'm so excited about what's happening in the larger organization, what's happening on a global level. It's astounding, and I'm proud to be part of the Centers for Spiritual Living. So to start off, what I'm going to have you do is take a moment and let's go within. Let's go within and let's know that change is the law of the universe. Change is the law of the universe. Nothing is permanent in our lives. The earth keeps revolving. It does not stay stable. The day ends and the night follows. Whatever happened, happened for good. Whatever is happening for good. Whatever will happen, that will be for good as well. Change is the law of the universe. And in the words of Hafiz, for we have not come here to take prisoners or to confine our wondrous spirits, but to experience ever and ever more deeply our divine courage, freedom, and light. For we have not come here to take prisoners or to confine our wondrous spirits, but to experience ever and ever more deeply our divine courage, freedom, and light. And so it is.
Things my family did. I am not the voices in my head. I am not the pieces of the brokenness inside. I am light. The mistakes that I made, or any of the things that caused me pain. I am not the pieces of the dreams I left behind. I am light. Divine. I am the God on the inside. I am a star, a piece of it all. I am light.
Camilla Hippolyte, everyone. Thank you. That was exquisite. I am light. We are light. I am light. We are light. All is light. Just breathe that in. knowing that this is the truth of who we are. I'm on a little bit of a chilled out love high from my convention. You can tell? I am. Oh. But I am going to give you announcements. On a love high. Wednesdays, our meditation at 6 p.m., our Science of Mind study group at 7 p.m. Next Sunday, March 4th, is the Thai yoga and massage class. You want to sign up for that. That's going to be an incredible class to take upstairs on next Sunday after service. March 8th is our information meeting for all men who are interested in being part of a men's group. This is going to be online. It'll be via Zoom, and anyone who signs up out there, I will send you an email with the Zoom link. Now, let me tell you this. One of the men that's going to be on that Zoom call is Reverend Dr. Christian Sorensen. He blew the house apart in the convention. This man is on fire as a minister, a speaker, a man who's involved in social justice and has a heart that is so big. So just go online for the information meeting just to meet this man. He was brilliant. Also, continuing on, there is a sign-up sheet out in the foyer if you want to help out with the spring fling auction, or you can see Linda Visosky. There's an essential oils class happening again, March 14th, I think, upstairs. There's a poster outside and a sign-up sheet for that. And then today, we have a board meeting at 1 p.m., and anyone who is a member of the center is invited to come and observe the meeting. So if you want to come up and see what happens with the business of the center, come on up and join us at 1. Okay, we are going to move into our community song. And because I had an entire evening of listening to Ricky Byers-Beckwith, she was incredible. We're going to sing In the Land of I Am. And you have all the words in your program, so come on and stand up and take it away.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is our community song. So anyone who hasn't stood up, I can't see if there's anyone in the back, please make sure to join us. We're going to be dancing, we're going to be singing along, and you'll know when it's time to join us. So feel free anytime to sing along. This is for all of us. It's our community song, In the Land of I Am. And it's a fun one. It's repetitive, lots of energy. So we're all going to sing along. Are we ready? It's coming soon. We're here. And we're ready. And 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. In the land of I am more than I have been. I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. In the land of I am more than I have been. I am more than I will be. I am all that I am again. In the land of I am more than I have been. I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. In the land of I am more than I have been. I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. And the souls of all our great-grandmothers and the dreams of all our great-grandfathers and the day to rise above the pain, all in the land of I am more than I have been. I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. In the land of I am more than I have been. I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. In the land of I am more than I have been. I am more than I will be. I am more than I am. In the land of I am more than I have been. I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. And the smiles of all the unborn children, and the dreams of a better day to dawn, and the dance of heaven with the earth all in, all in, all in the land of I am more than I have been. I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. In the land of I am more than I have been. I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. In the land of I am more than I have been. I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. In the land of I am more than I have been. I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. In the land of I am more than I have been. I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. In the land of I am more than I have been. I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. In the land of I am more than I have been. I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. In the land of I am more than I have been. I am more than I will be. I am all that I am.
Do you know who you are now? I am. Okay, I am going to invite up our practitioner of the day, who saves my behind on so many things. She does so much work behind the scenes with our space rental and taking care of everything upstairs, and I'm so grateful to you for that, Ellen. And come on up here and welcome Ellen Neal up to the podium.
Thanks, and welcome to everybody online. And this month we are talking about heart, so I'm going to give an experience of something that I've learned, which was a huge lesson to me. And you could call me a pack rat. Any memories, any vacations in the past, I grabbed every brochure in every hotel, packed them in boxes in case I went back. Every picture, if my kids drew 2 lines at 1 year old, I knew they were brilliant. The angle was perfect. So I bought cardboard portfolios from Curry's and stuffed them full of all my kids' artwork over the years and couldn't get rid of any of it. So how often did I really look at all these photos and yearbook memories? And they were all somewhere in my house, in a box, hidden in an album. But they were sitting there, as valuable as they were, and I didn't worry. Everything was there so I could access it, but I didn't really think of it. So to set the stage for the truth, I so fully learned, this is the fast version. About 10 years ago this month, we had a house fire. And I got home from taking my daughter to school and walked in, and the whole house was black. The orange flames, pots coming out of the cupboard doors because they were burnt, and my son was upstairs. So I went and got him, and we had the fire trucks, and I forgot the pet rabbit. If any of you watch This Is Us on Super Bowl Sunday, he went back in for the pet. But the trucks were 500 meters from our house. We had a fire station, but those trucks were out. We had a fire hydrant on our front lawn that wasn't working. So exponentially, a fire grows. So finally, the guy came out after checking, and the fire was out, and said we had lost 95% of everything. So I was standing there watching the flames, and I was feeling exhilarated, literally exhilarated, thinking this phoenix is rising from the ashes. This is a transformation. And it was just unbelievable. If you had told me just the day before that I was going to lose all those mementos and all those pictures and everything I was hoarding and never looking at, I would have been devastated, but I was feeling excited. And this was a piece that was not just being okay with it, but knowing none of that stuff in form mattered. And it was freeing in a way I would never have imagined. So at the time, I was reading The Knowing Heart, a Sufi path of transformation, and my life definitely transformed. And that book is amazing. Ernest Holmes, my gosh, how he consolidated all these teachings from all these traditions is amazing. But we live in a universe that is not only material and quantitative, but qualitative as well. And the heart is the organ of perception for this qualitative universe. The heart is an organ of perception through which the reality of spirit can be apprehended. It is for the heart to know that reality which is not immediately apparent to the intellect and senses. Every other organ of perception discerns through its own limited window. Only the heart sees from all sides at once and can perceive the oneness. So the wisdom of my heart took me through this transformative experience, offering a profound change in our life. The heart is a conduit to the soul. It's a bridge. And kind of between who we are here physically and what we are as one outside of that. And we all have access to the creative power of the universe because we have full connection to everything with that one mind. If we sit in peace and allow our hearts to naturally translate what is in our lives, to draw from spirit what we need when we need it. The grace and beauty and wholeness is completely there for us. Without our hearts to do this work, we as humans would not be able to fathom what eternity and this oneness and wholeness is. And if we allow ourselves to feel with our hearts, to know and not to focus on our minds, our experience of life becomes so incredibly rich. And when friends asked about the fire, I said it was the greatest experience of my life. And they said, what about pictures? What about this? And I just said, it's here, and it is here. Sorry. And when I look at memories now, and Lake Huron was mentioned, and we had a lot of family holidays there. Those memories are so rich. I feel the sand. I feel the breeze. I smell what's there. And photos can do that if we allow ourselves to look at them through the heart and process it through what's here, the feeling. So, right now, my memories are richer than ever. And the beauty, grace, and fulfillment of life is all here in our hearts. We need to keep our hearts open and know that there is absolutely nothing to lose. In our memories, futures, in this moment, it's all here. And our heart gives us access to all that we need. We just need to allow that, to spend time with it, and have faith that all is well. It is perfect. Knowing that through the heart, Spirit transforms us, heals us, informs us, leads us. Every experience, thing, and memory is Spirit. The wisdom of our heart is the guide to the truth of who we are. So if we just look at our affirmation, I'll say it once, and if we could, I'll repeat it back twice. The wisdom of my heart guides me on an ever-changing journey. So we say together, of my heart guides me on an ever-changing journey. And one more time. The wisdom of my heart guides me on an ever-changing journey. So if we just take a moment to be still, and close your eyes if you're comfortable, and know and feel in this space, each and every individual heart is fully connected. We are fully joined in the oneness of Spirit, the one all-knowing beingness that we have access to in every moment. It gives us peace, it gives us contentment, it gives us healing, it gives us joy. And in this oneness, I trust and know right here and now that each person is aware of this beauty, aware of the refining fire within our hearts that transforms our lives into something beyond our wildest dreams. And I know that in this moment, This is something that is so strong and so honest and visible. We take it with us and know that it is something we can access anytime, that our memories, our feelings, our hopes and dreams are all there right now if we just touch with our heart and allow our soul to do what it does, to offer us the grace and the peace that comes along with that. I'm so grateful for this center. I'm so grateful for each and every person here and for knowing that we feel the oneness. We feel the love, the care, the compassion, and that we know that as we step out, this is always with us. I release this word to the law, knowing it is so, knowing it is done, and together we say, and so it is.
Ellen, that was beautiful. Thank you. Come on up, guys. Yeah, I think they forgot. It's okay. It's Sunday morning. Oh.
I'm gonna make a change for once in my life. It's gonna feel real good, gonna make a difference, gonna make it right. As I turn up the collar on my favorite winter coat, this wind is blowing my mind. I see the kids in the street without enough to eat. Who am I to be blind, pretending not to see their needs? A summer's disregard, a broken bottle top, and a one-man soul. They follow each other all the way to know, because they got nowhere to go. That's why I want you to know I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways, and no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change. Na 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 na. I've been a victim of a selfish kind of love. It's time that I realized that there are some with no home, without a nickel to loan. Could it be really me, pretending that they're not alone? Oh, it'll deeply scarred somebody's broken heart and a washed out dream. They follow the patterns all the way to see, because they got no place to be. That's why I'm starting with me. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways, and no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways, and no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. No message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change. You gotta get it right while you're down the top. Then you close your heart, then you close your mind. Na 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 na. Don't close your mind. Na 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 na.
Oh, there could not have been a better song choice than that. And it's so amazing because Brendan doesn't know what I'm going to speak about on a Sunday. He sends me a list. I go, yes, no, yes, yes, yes. Try this. He had this in here. It is so perfect for what I'm about to talk about because the whole week I was in California at the Center for Spiritual Living convention. It was all about making a change, another change. And for those of you who don't know the history of the Centers for Spiritual Living, it used to be called the Church of the Religious Science. And in 1952, it split off into two groups, Centers for Spiritual Living and United Centers for Spiritual Living. And then about 10 years ago, somebody had a new thought of, wait a minute, we talk about unity and we are in duality with two centers, two different organizations. Let's bring them back together. Oh, well, that was no easy feat. That was no easy feat. It has been a 10-year birthing journey to bring the centers together. There were a whole lot of talks that went on, a whole lot of, no, I want it this way, no, I want it this way, I want it this way, I want it this way going on. And a lot of ministers who felt they were right in the way that they wanted things done. And yet, what they managed to do in the last 4 years was come to this place of integration and prosperity. Because the centers, when they did their annual business report, were in the best shape they have ever been in, this is home office, than they have been in 10 years. And not only that, there is a whole new crew of young ministers coming up that are saying, we're not doing it the old way anymore because we want something that's new and that's fresh and vibrant and exciting. And they're speaking up and speaking out, and their voice is being heard. And that for me was so exciting because the world's changing. The world is changing, and there is a healing going on. There is a healing going on in our lives. There's a healing going on in the world. Whether we like it or not, it is happening. And what is healing? Healing is not curing. It is not curing. Healing is the revealing of love. And that's what was revealed in California last week, was love in a whole other dimension, which was, just so amazing. So incredible to witness. And the most exciting part was, in the larger organization, there is the spiritual leader, which is Reverend Dr. Ken Gordon, who has his center along with his wife, Deb Gordon, in Kelowna. And he is the spiritual leader that goes around and goes to all kinds of conventions and sits with bishops and has conversations about interfaith and the Dalai Lama. And he's representing Centers for Spiritual Living as a spiritual leader. Then there was the field leader, which used to be the role of president, but then it got changed to field leader. And that whole role of field leader over the last 6 to 10 years kept changing and shifting. And Dr. John Waterhouse was the field leader. And a lovely, lovely man. He and his wife started Asheville, and they have a thriving community there. And basically, he was sort of on the ground in with the folks, in with the centers, checking things out, keeping lines of communication open. That was his job. And John and Ken, they came from United and Centers for Spiritual Living, and they had to work together, and there was a little bit of friction. And it was kind of an undercurrent in the organization. We knew they didn't really get along. But on stage that final night, the most incredible healing between these two dynamic, powerful, beautiful men took place that we were able to witness. And they had this incredible forgiving of one another and honoring of one another and loving each other up and acknowledging the pain and the frustration that they had in the past, but now they're stepping into something new. And that was so incredible to watch and witness. And Dr. John Waterhouse is completing at the end of the month on the 28th. He's no longer our field leader. And we have Reverend Sharon, last name eludes me, another beautiful dynamic woman who is stepping into being field leader. So just watching all of this healing and transformation take place in this organization at a global level was incredibly inspiring. And, you know, the vision statement for the Centers for Spiritual Living is creating a world that works for everyone. Would you like to see a world that works for everyone? Yeah. So how do you do that? Well, the center's vision statement or mission statement, by awakening humanity to its spiritual magnificence. By awakening humanity to its spiritual magnificence. Because imagine, if you take what Troward talks about as the aspects of God, the qualities of God, they are life, light, love, power, peace, beauty, joy, and we added one more, wisdom. Imagine if everybody woke up to their ability to know that they are creating life, that they can live in the light from love, be empowered, live peacefully, live in beauty, and joyfully, and be connected to that wise source of the infinite universe at all times. Do you think we'd all be living in a world that works for everyone? Because it's not that we're all the same. It's not that we all have the same idea of things, because we are individualized expressions of the divine, but we live with these qualities. We awaken ourselves to knowing our magnificence, and we live from that place. Well, that's a little bit of work to do, isn't it? We all have our work to do in that. American novelist and social critic James Baldwin said, "An old world is dying, and a new one kicking in the belly of its mother. Time announces that it is ready to be born, and the birth will not be easy. And many of us are doomed to discover that we are exceedingly clumsy midwives." We are exceedingly clumsy midwives. We're just trying to figure all this stuff out. Wait, baby, wait, stop. Yeah, try stopping a baby. Not happening. Just not happening. But that clumsiness shows up in so many areas of our lives when we're hanging on to the fear and the control and the anger, and that we're hanging on to the past, right? But the last birth was this way. Oh, no two births are alike. Even though I only did once, had one. But I know, no two births are alike. But we keep trying to hang on. Let go. Let go. One of the things midwives have to do is let go and trust the process. So, we must hospice what is ready to die and midwife what is ready to be born. Hospice. Be gentle, loving, benevolent with what's ready to die, and then let it go. And then, yes, even in your clumsiness, midwife what's ready to be born within you. There are so many possibilities, so much potential within each one of us to awaken to our spiritual magnificence. That's what I love about New Thought. Because New Thought means we are open to new thought, to new ideas. Remember last week I said, oh, when old stuff comes up, it's ready to be released. We can choose at any moment to let go of a belief that is no longer serving us, of a thought that is limiting us. And then be open to receiving a new thought that is at a higher vibration that supports us in awakening to newness, to that expression of our spiritual magnificence. And you know that new wave showing up is challenging the world all over, all over. Bless those teenagers that are speaking up about gun control in the States, and that's going to give other teenagers in other areas of the world permission to speak up and rise up and speak out and stand in social justice. And one of the things that we need to be doing is being active in social justice. And we got to put the social back in the social justice. It's not about fighting against. It's about coming together and having the conversation and listening to every side and celebrating the pieces that we can acknowledge in us that we're in agreement with, and also celebrate the pieces that we're not in agreement with, and allow that to still be okay. Knowing that each and every one of us is on our own personal path of healing. My healing path is not the same as your healing path or anybody else's. It is this individual, deep personal experience. And let's honor that in one another, because the rise of the feminine consciousness is happening. And there was a lot of talk of this at the I was just about to say at the process. It was a bit of a process those 4 days. The rise of the feminine consciousness is not just about equal rights for women. It goes deeper than that. It's the Shakti energy, and whether you are male, female, transgender, non-gender, it doesn't matter. We have the masculine energy and we have the feminine energy within us. And we have lived in the masculine energy for a very long time. But now we're moving into a consciousness of feminine energy. It is that yin, nurturing, intuitive, soft, reflective, creative, innovative, artistic energy. It's intelligent. It's also warrior. It's resourceful. It's compassionate. It's organized. And it's about honoring the divine wisdom within each one of us and using this knowledge and power within us as a guide for every single decision that we make in our lives. And so when we awaken to our spiritual magnificence, we awaken the feminine consciousness within us that will allow us to know what to do from a place of integration. It can't be just the masculine, it can't be just the feminine. It's the integration and the honoring of both. In our teachings, spirit is masculine. Our word, our thought is masculine, and it goes into the law. And the law is feminine. The law is receptive. The creator, it creates that mold for what shows up in our life. And so they're not separate. They are integrated. And this is what we must know in our consciousness, that we must have this feminine and masculine energy working together so that we are awakened to a new idea, a new thought, a new way of being. You know, one of the things I did at the conference was I did a podcast with Jonathan Zenz, and there was Reverend Jay Willock and Sonia Byrne, who's a ministerial student from this center. And we did a podcast, and Jonathan was asking us about the law of cause and effect. And we talk about it all the time. Law of cause and effect. Cause is our mind, effect is what shows up here. And I said, no. Effect is how we show up in the world. We are so conditioned to think, okay, if I change my mind, and then I will have an effect of demonstrating everything I want to get. And no, we all have enough stuff. Ellen, do we have enough stuff? We all have enough stuff. We have more than enough stuff. It's not about getting more stuff. It's not about getting more. It's about being more. It's about being the effect you wish to see in the world. It's not, just like Gandhi said, be the change, be the effect you wish to see in the world. And this is what this teaching does, is it teaches us how to change our mind so that we know who we are, we awaken to who we are, and we show up differently, and we are creating a world that works for everyone by being, not doing. Being first. Yeah, we got to do. We got to do too. But be first. Who are you going to be? And then we can affect change in such a powerful way. And so what we want to start doing is waking up to the fact that we have been doing things individually and as a society that are no longer working. They're no longer working. And more people are looking for the change. And more people are beginning to wake up. And they will have a new thought, a new idea. And then when it doesn't work, toss it out and be open to another new thought. And this is what is arising and awakening in so many people across the world. And I was really, really excited to see how many places in the world there are new thought centers now. There are new thought centers in the Ukraine, in Kenya. We're going to do something with Kenya 2020. Stay tuned for that one. Because the woman who started the New Thought Center in Kenya, the Centers for Spiritual Living, is actually a founding member of this center, Reverend Connie Phelps. And she has this incredible center happening in Kenya. And there are a number of ministers now in Canada, and we're all going to get together, and we're going to do some kind of global outreach for Kenya in 2020. I just don't know what that looks like yet, but that's what we're going to do. And so, you know, this is happening in so many places. And we all stood up. Somebody asked the question in the room, who here has had their life changed by this teaching? And we all stood up and went, yeah, this stuff works. It works. It works because it is scientific, it is exact, and when we use the laws of the universe in that exact way that they are meant to be used, we show up so differently, and therefore we attract and we see differently. We take, it's like, when you're looking one way through dirty glass, right? Things, you have a very different perception than when you clean up your mind and you wipe the dirt off the glass and you look through and it's like, oh my God, I never saw that before. There's a whole new possibility for me. And that's what this teaching does, is it awakens us to see that, oh, we can start to move towards a higher level of consciousness. And this is what the golden age is about, you know, and the golden age is actually supposed to start happening in 2020 as well, from an astrological perspective. We have a couple more years of the birthing of the divine feminine, and then we're supposed to move into the golden age where we see that rise of the feminine, and there is this period of peace and harmony and stability and prosperity. And so we're moving towards it, folks. We're moving towards it. So let go. What is it? What idea, what thought do you have in your mind? Limiting thought. Just choose one that is holding you back from really living in the joy that you want to be living in the peace that you want to experience. Because it's time to start to rise up, and it's time to birth that feminine and awake to our spiritual magnificence. So we are in contribution. Or, you know, we had this concert with Ricky Byers-Beckwith, and for those of you who don't know who she is a prolific songwriter, singer. She gives the most incredible concerts and was married to Reverend Dr. Michael Beckwith. And she said, she gave this concert on Tuesday night, and she says, I got to queen up my act. Queen it up. In other words, step into the divine feminine and queen up. And we all could use a little queening up. Yeah. She also said that, for those of you who don't know, she and Michael Beckwith have separated, even though they still work together. And she was making jokes saying, yeah, well, I will never marry an actor, because she lives in LA. And she goes, and I'm not marrying any more ministers. She's done. She's done. And she said it with such love, because they are the perfect example of how, you know, they were a force to be reckoned with in the New Thought world for many, many years, and have an extremely huge agape center in Los Angeles. And they still work together and hold each other able and see the divine one another, even though they're no longer married. So, you know, change does not mean disintegration. Change means moving up to the next evolution of what's possible in love. And so, I want to give you a little bit of an experience of really embodying your own spiritual magnificence. And I'm going to use those aspects of God that Thomas Troward, one of he was the law in science of mind. He was the influence in terms of helping Ernest Holmes really understand how the law works. Ralph Waldo Emerson was the love. That's why we often say, love points the way, the law, the divine feminine, makes it possible. So I'm going to ask you, if you're comfortable, if you want to close your eyes, you can, you don't have to. And I just want you to take a breath, and I'm going to take you through a little breathing, really getting in touch and opening up all those energy centers in our body. And I want you to imagine that base chakra, very bottom, the one that represents the red, which is our tribal energy. And I want you to breathe life into that base chakra. Just imagine, all you need to do is use your mind that I am breathing life into that base chakra. feel that energy start to expand. And then I want to have you move up into the chakra that's just below your belly. And I want you to breathe light into it. Imagine it lights up this brilliant orange. And then you're going to move on up right into your solar plexus. Breathe in the love. Breathe the love right into your solar plexus. And imagine that's the color of yellow, so you can feel this yellow light expand within you. Then you're going to move on up into the heart chakra. Power of the heart. Breathe into your heart. Feel that power. And then move on up into your throat chakra. Breathe into peace. Imagine we were making all of our choices from this peaceful place. And then move on up into your third eye. Beauty. Oh, see all the beauty. The beauty that you are, the beauty that each and every one of us is, the beauty that is in the world. And then move on up to that chakra just above the crown of your head. Joy. Joy. Our true nature. Our true reason for being here is to live in joy. Open your chakra, that energy center, up to the joy that is yours to experience. And then there's one more chakra just above that, and that's wisdom. Open up your mind to receive the infinite wisdom of the divine. And so we're going to go from wisdom to joy to beauty to peace to power in the heart to love to light to life. This is who you are. Awaken. Awaken yourself to your spiritual magnificence. Breathe it in. Say yes to it. Say, yes, this is who I am. This is who I am. And then allow your eyes to open. And say yes to creating a world that works for everyone. Say yes to healing, to the revealing of love. Namaste. Okay, so I wish that Marjorie Wingrove was here today, because as I was videotaping Ricky Beebe, as she likes to be called now, singing I Release and I Let Go, she was going to be my witness today, because everyone was on their feet, singing out loud, dancing. and having a great time singing this song. So this is what I'm asking of you today. As the baskets go around, I'm going to ask you to stand up, and you can take it away.
There was a time in my life that I thought I had to do it for myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. I didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you're ever discouraged, struggling to make it through the day, you just gotta let it go. Let it go. And this is what I have to say. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Take it again. I release and I let go. The Spirit of my life. My heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
And as we stand here together as one, we are so grateful for these gifts of our spirit in working with this center, with this community, the change, the evolution, doing it all in love. And together we say, and so it is.
I release and I let go. Let the Spirit of my life. My heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
That was fun. That was so fun. Oh. So if any of you are following Jackie Van Mel's Positively Speaking, the video today was say thank you for everything. Say thank you. And I say thank you to all of you for being here today. I say thank you to Camilla, Hippolyte, and Brendan, and Julian, and the rest of the band. Thank you so, so much. Thank you to Kim on camera, Wes on sound, for Linda and Lynette, our board members today, for Tony and Linda for greeting, Margaret Ann's in the Live Well store. After service cleanup is Spirit. Thank you so much. And Lori, thank you for your beautiful, beautiful meditation. Ellen, your beautiful, beautiful words. Thank you. And thank you just for being you. Thank you. I love you. And our community practitioner today is Nick. So if you have something that y'all need to free your mind from, go see Nick in the prayer room after service. And again, thank you to everyone online for watching as well. Have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. See you next week. And we are going to kick it off with Sing a Song.
How's it go again? How's it go again?
When you feel down and out, sing a song, it'll make your day. Here is a time to shout, sing a song.
Make a way.
Sometimes it's hard to care, sing a song.
Make a day.
It's not so hard to bear, sing a song.
It'll make a way.
Sing a song.
Sing it, sing it, sing it, sing it, sing a song.
Sing a song.
Sing it, sing it, sing it, sing it, sing a song.
Sing a song.
Sing it, sing it, sing it, sing it, sing a song.
Sing a song.
Sing it, sing it, sing a song.
Bring your heart to believe.